Hey there folks, and welcome to the next GT7 weekly challenges of June week 4. In other words, June 27th to July 3rd. Starting with the Sunday Cup at Willow Springs International Raceway, Streets of Willow Springs, reverse. President, alright. I am driving the Jimny Sierra JC 2018. I decided to have a little fun, so I was like, you know what, let's decal one of the Jimneys I have. Which I already have one decaled, but I didn't decal, I'd say the K-car version, not the later version. Cause yeah, let's say there's two versions. It's not fun to tell which is which sometimes. But, yep, I'm just driving the Jimny for this one, because I might as well drive something 450. This is a 450. Basic commuter levels of speed. But then, hey, there's a Citroen BX. In case for those that have not seen my showcase, I've done the Citroen. But yeah, I said Citroen. Citroen BX 19 TRS on my showcase. So if you want to see that do its run, you can there. Otherwise, for this one, I decided to do the Jimny instead. Because just to say, you're going to be seeing the Citroen BX anyway, because there's a one-leg race for that, as you've seen on the choices for this weekly. But to say, for driving the Jimny around, yeah, definitely I gotta say a lot quicker than the BX, because then I'm already up here in the front in terms of difference. Better say not so bad. It's your basic K car for a truck. A lot of Americans wish they had, but they don't have, because we basically killed that program at the end of the day, even though a lot of governments are trying to pull that back. Thank God. There's been like a whole K-war about that. It's like, oh, Outlaw's trying to tell us to not have a K vehicle. Why? Because, look, if a motorcycle can exist, a K car can exist. I'm sorry. If people want to die, people want to die. I'm sorry to tell you. If they want to live in just a metal carcass shell at the end of the day, let them live in a metal carcass shell at the end of the day. When it comes to these street laws anymore. Because, yeah, if you're outlawing K cars, then why aren't you outlawing bikes then if they're even more dangerous? So, but yeah, there's always been that fight going around for K car stuff. It's like, honestly, just allow it at this point. Look, if anything that's the real problem is having these big monster-sized SUVs. That's the real problem, not the K cars. K cars are perfectly fine as they are in terms of size and stuff. So then you have a blast driving a little MR that only hits like 74 horsepower, or S660 there, for example. The Jimny's perfect for a truck. It's your perfect little off-road truck. I'd say like basically the Bronco of nowadays, where if you look at the Bronco of nowadays, oh god. But the Citroen BX one make race is up next for a special event at the Dragon Trail Gardens. Yeah, you can guess what I'm driving. That's Citroen BX TRS 1987, but not just the Citroen BX 19 TRS 1987. It is a Citroen BX that is sort of based around, I guess, one of the rally styles it has, or just some kind of style I just looked up and, you know, just kind of just copied it in a similar way. Except instead of red, orange. Because this car has orange on it, therefore it is getting the orange treatment. Yeah, looking at it, not bad. Looks pretty good. I'm like these chumps, I gotta say, because my god. I come in here looking all nice and granatory. They come in here just looking basic. However, I will say, maybe basic's fine for this occasion, so you can see all the colors of what BXP. Because yeah, you can't just see a color wheel because you know it's a used car at the end of the day. But to say though, this is basically what I did. Normally it's a dark blue, I will say. I don't think the dark blue one's in here, so if you're driving the dark blue one, it's definitely fine. Still got unique. And then you got the red Citroen BX. I keep saying Citroen, sorry. I think it's supposed to be Cytron. But the Cytron BX is just a weird choice they added from the update at the end of the day, but it's something. It's kind of weird at the end of it. It's really weird. It's not a bad vehicle overall. And considering, I will say this time I tuned it up to 550, and at 550 it runs pretty good. It's about 246 horsepower, so not bad. That's your basic, just Gran Turismo love right there for a clubman. For FL specifically. If it's a FR, probably like a little bit higher. But overall, just kind of day cruising, because yeah, the other problem is I think they're only sitting around like 400 BP, so yep. See you later, guys. See you in the next business meeting, I would say, because yeah, as a lot of people say, this is a commuter car. I do see it. And that part. Well, when I say commuter car for Europeans, I don't know much over here on that one. But I wouldn't be surprised this is a famous one over European side, because this one I just overlooked. Or, I wouldn't say overlooked, more like underlooked. I've never seen this one really much. Very different, because it has special code drag features, because then it has a cover on the side to cover up back wheels, so to prevent less air drag at the end of the day. Basically what some electric cars do, because then that one Mercedes Spin EQS, I believe it's called, kind of does the same thing. You know, in its direction was to try to get as less code drag as possible. But yeah, we're back to that era again, where cars are trying to get the best code drag possible again. Because the less code drag you deal with, the faster you technically go, and the leaner you are. And well, I don't know by leaner, but I would say fuel efficiency is a big deal too. But yeah, this is just one of those cars case where yeah, you look at it, it's definitely a code drag looking car. I will note they did have different parts of it, and looks like it changed the rims, because then I don't think I see the stock rims, period. I'm not surprised, those things are ugly as hell. So yeah, I just went with the rally rims, I believe. If I have a good pod, you probably see it. But yeah. Just driving these rims overall. Overall, I would say, upon doing this weeklies, I will say overall it's not bad, except for one event at the end. And a big reason for that, because just to say, I was going to do an engine swap, and it failed. It failed so bad. That's the one glimpse I'm going to toss in advance. I was just driving this BX to victory. Go BX, go! That's the other ones, so I would say just drive nonchalant. Yeah, it looks like they at best they're in 100, and on the turns though it's like 70. That's not technically bad, I will say. Something that only hits 100 horsepower, mind you. Like 106 or 103 or something like that. That's supposed to be crazy. And yeah, the other special thing about the Cytron DX is the special line they have on the side of the car. That white, red, black, grayish looking line. Little tiny line you just see on the side. But it's not on my car. I will say the one I made, I remade one, but it's not kind of the same because decals don't, sometimes the decal doesn't work right at all when you play space at the end of it, but yeah. Here's what it is. Now onto the last turn here, and then down the straightaway. Hitting at 154, the fastest lap possible. I won't say fastest lap possible, but one of the fastest laps. Now onto the Vision Gran Turismo trophy at Tokyo Expressway South counterclockwise. I decided to drive the Hyundai in 2025 because this looked like a fun car to drive. Considering I did the grade 1 last week, I believe, and now I'm turning around and doing the full electric one variant. Because yeah, it has two variants. You have the grade 1, which is the good one, I would say, the gas one. Then you have this electric one that, Hyundai basically based it off for the whole N series and stuff, which did it turn out so well? It's okay in some degrees, but you already had the sick ass Hyundai N dewormed looking car they made in that hatchback, which is a lot of people want it, but Hyundai's like, no, it's only a concept, I'm sorry to tell you. That sucks, man. You made this beautiful car, you showed and tell, and you don't make it. Ouch. Anyways, you got this other Hyundai N, which is because yeah, they mostly call all their N's an N. You have the Hyundai N Elantra, I believe, which is the actual hatchback. And you got the other Hyundai Ioniq, because it has the N in it. Then you have the old Hyundai N cyberpunk looking car that was pretty sick. Sadly, can't be on sale because of the concept car. Then you have the Hyundai N 2025 pan car, which is a full electric pan car I'm driving here that I did nerf the heckin' back because normally it's like 930 performance points. I shrunk it down to 800 because I wanted to see at 800 see how well it does there. But I will say, not bad. Just high maneuverable. Speed is crap because it does like 170 at best. I mean, I did nerf to like 300 horsepower from the 850 to the 550, so yeah. At the end of it, just passing by the Mercedes there. There's only two competition cars you gotta watch out for, which is the Genesis X, which not surprised, because that's basically a double charger car. And then you got the Porsche VGT car to watch out about too, because it has not only race hard tires too, it also has a high horsepower. If I recall, like 1,000 horsepower for electric. However, it has a shitty gearbox. So then it goes up to like 180 or something that's supposed to be in the future. And guess what? It's garbage. Oh yeah, don't mind me scraping the crap out of the rails here, because I've been having a tendency to keep doing that for some reason. I don't know why, I just do. Yeah, just showing other competitors. You have the Alpine for the Jaguar VGT Roadster. Like that Roadster deal. Mercedes-Benz, which in other words your Batmobile, I believe. Hang on one second. Okay, yeah, after hard checking this time, so keep spouting crap. I went to hard check, and yes, it is a Batmobile. Mercedes VGT can be a Batmobile. Yeah. I will say not like a, technical Batmobile, it's just a drive Batmobile. But yeah, you got the FT1, the Infinity concept car, the BMW VGT that later becomes the BMW M2, Mercedes-Benz, the other Batmobile, and the actual Batmobile. The DTI Roadster VGT. The NSX that should have been is the Hyundai Sports VGT. And then the Mini Clubman, which, rest in peace. Beautiful machine. But then again, I guess the Record Cooper kind of just replaces that. Then we got the Genesis X, which is the most newest one and probably the most deadliest one to deal with. It has an insane good hybrid system, and then not only that, it has like 2 superchargers and then just the base unit. I wouldn't be surprised the motor in it is just like 300, 400 horsepower, like everything else just boosts the hell and back. Yeah, then you got the Porsche VGT, which, not a bad car, if it didn't have a shitty gearbox. Yeah, the Hyundai N 2025 is overall not a bad car at 800 pp setting. The reason why I did that 800 pp setting because, like the one I did, I think I also did 800 pp setting as well. So might as well, you know, see if there's a difference, you know, which there probably technically is by the speed department on that part, considering a 170 is not much to shake off on. So I'm not even maxing the gearbox at all. I kind of wonder how far that hits. Probably next time, but I see a chance for 900 part drive. But there'll be better opportunities for our cars. You know. Oh yeah, then the Nissan Concept 2020, which who knows if that's going to become a real car or not. You know, you got the FT1, the super that should have been. In other words, I feel so bad about that one. I don't know, hopefully maybe Toyota realizes and actually make it. You know. And again, as I said, the Honda NSX that should be. Because look at those backlights. That is literally the NSX, if newer. And when I say the NSX, I mean the 1992 one. Not the new one. Because yeah, they had to add this glorified tech. It didn't have to be expensive as all hell. It just, you know, be fun and free. That's the Honda way about it. If you want luxury sports shit, then go buy an Acura of it. In that case. Because that's what Acura's for, is for the higher performance stuff. Higher performance stuff and luxury stuff, I find. It's just kind of weird on the choices sometimes. Like, you know, yeah, I'm just trying to get by him, but the thing is, he's way faster than me. If I'm not surprised. He has 1,000 horsepower, I would say. For 800. Like, 800 to 1,000 horsepower on there. And I will say, what's crazy about his dashboard though, he has this big old rear mirror in the back there, which is really weird. I'm just passing by him because I do outmaneuver him at the end of the day, and especially when he has sports soft tires. Yeah, it's just like on certain corners I can, some corners I can't. Yeah, he's definitely gonna be catching me whenever a straight is given. So he's probably right on my behind right here. Yeah, so I just saw the lights there. Yeah, now I go through the snake way and goodbye, guys. At this point. Yeah, as soon as I go through that snake way there, I basically got them at this point. Like, even on the straight ways given here, it's fine. At this point. Yeah, that's the thing when it comes to racing. You think fastest means, oh, you just need to have faster straights and stuff. No. You also need to have outmaneuverability, which is a very great thing to have over than just top speed at the end of it. So yes, you do need to increase those lateral G's at the end of it and make it as insane as you can get. Because yeah, horsepower ain't everything, and that last race clearly kind of shows too. But yeah, I have a lot of things to say about that and such. But not just to drive this car on the way there at the end of the day. Still kind of weird it doesn't have a spoiler like all other paint cars do. That's the one weird thing. Although, I take that back. There is spoilers, it's on the back. It's like right, like on the low side of the back, there's like pop-up spoilers on the side there. You'll see. Yeah, right there. Think of the light shimmer it pretty good enough. But yeah, it has little tiny spoilers besides the big old splitter, which is very unique in regards, I gotta say. Very something at the end of it. But yeah, the Hyundai N2025 is basically just something fun to drive around. I can't say much on the fuel department. I assume it's crap because it's electric. But that's the big problem. Although it does weigh like only like 2,100 initially. I think it weighs like 2,500 because I put so much weight down because I want to get all that speed. Cause yeah, I even had to do that just to get its speed. It's the bad part. Yeah, up to victory though. Not really fast speed concerned. I did 190 and I only did 145. And they were just cruising on down to me. Just like that. On to the Ferrari Circuit Challenge at the Autodrome Lago Maggiore. Listen, right. I am driving the Ferrari Dino 246 GT, the Dino Dino edition. I call it because it's like, you know, what do I want to do with this one? Because yeah, I had this black one I had from another person of terms of vinyl design. It's like, you know, I don't mind that, but I also kind of want to make my own. Make my own so I don't get called out or some crap. Yeah, you use my vinyl in the most wrong way possible. Screw you. But the Dino is basically, you know, I made it berry purple. Cause yeah, that just said I have a berry pearl color with some yellow and the Dino dots on the top of the roof there, and then that Dino on the back there. That's really about it. What I did. Besides some, you know, side decal I saw from the black one. I might as well add it to this one. We want cigarettes at this time. It's fine. I'm sure the doctors haven't said anything bad about it yet. As it goes. Yep, just driving a Dino, which is pretty good. It's not bad. If there's any competition, it's right behind me here. Yeah, I believe this is like one of the old Ferrari circuit ones too, so you don't get to see a lot of special Ferraris besides this one here. There's the F8 Tributo, the successor to the Italia. In other words, it's actually it really kind of shows. Actually, yeah, if I gotta say, yeah, I think it looks better than the Italia. Not gonna lie, because I will say the Italia to me is just never been an interesting one. You know, it's been the cover of Forza Motorsport 4. It's just never been a very interesting one to me to look at. For some reason, I'm not sure why. I think it's just too acute or something. It's not as noticeable, I would say. Like the Dino here. The Dino, when I look at this car looks crazy too. It looks like a mini P4 when you add the duck fin and the big front lip. It just looks like a mini little Ferrari P4 at the end of the day. Which looks kind of sick, not gonna lie. Okay, you got the F430s. Now that is a car I can admire. It's just the Italia. Like, there's things wrong with it, considering like one set of brake lights instead of the two set of brake lights that F430 was known for. And I don't really like the headlights very much. It's like so acute. It's like not really bold. It's just there at the end of it. That's my problem with that. Besides, you know, being an overall faster F430. Because yeah, there's like not much changes besides just better parts at the end of that. And you got the 512 Burner Boxer. You know it's not a boxer, as it turns out. And then you got a 458 Italia in the front, which I'm not surprised. Because like I said, this is like one of the first Ferrari circuits, I believe. And then you just got the Dino just cruising along. You do you, Dino. You do you. You got another Dino here. Nice blue one too. I really like that blue. Yeah, if I had to go not Dino, I would probably go with the blue one like that one. Then you got the yellow Ferraris. And the Testarossa Outrun quality, I would say. You got the 308 GTVs, the successor to the Dino. Or one of the successors, because there's another 308 that's which I kind of hope they add that one, because it's kind of unique. It's like, it's not like a good unique, but it's an interesting unique at the end of the, I hope they add. And you got the Cannonball Run winner, that is the 365 GTB. The 430, the Italians went to Union. Yeah, I just noticed, yeah, two of the same red color Italians there. These. Yeah, we have two BBs. But yeah, the fun part about the Dino now, how much this car just like whips around a corner. It's so loose. It's a good kind of loose too. Like you can get this whirling around corners really easily. the setup I got for it, which is basically at most a race setup to 650. Although I say 650 loosely because then I just realized, oh yeah, I changed the rims, which when I changed the rims I forgot to recheck the PP because the PP is now 350.3650. Otherwise it's supposed to be a 650 PP setup, I just accidentally forgot about that. Big O whoopsie. I also think it's less horsepower compared to the 308 when I fully upgrade that. Cause I think that goes 380, this goes like 360. Which is kind of impressive, I'm not gonna lie, but then again it is a very light one compared to 308. The 308 is more of a balanced build, I'd say. It's not a heavy build, but it's a balanced build compared to the Dino. For a successor, that's probably the last successor until like the 296. Cause yeah, it took a while to Ferrari turn around. Oh hey, we should probably bring the 6-cylinder back. Nah, not shit on that. And so they did. They brought it back with the 296, but they also made it a hybrid too, so it could be a hit or miss for some people. And, you know, just more maintenance because you have to deal with both motors now, which is the electric or the gas motor. So yeah, it could be a hassle. It's probably more of a hassle, I won't be surprised. Yeah, 296 is something, which I hope that ends up in Gran Turismo sometime soon as well. But yeah. Heck, if ain't, I'd say toss the 308 of before yesteryears and the 296 of nowadays. Just for an update. Yeah, look at that sucker whip around, even though I did horrible on that lap about it. Oh well. Yeah, that just tells you how bad I can whip around though. Don't mind the dog booth. The dog booth. Ain't dodgy all. You know. Now just races to victory at the end of the day. So look at all these cars dashboards. Cause yeah, this is a bit of a longer race with like 10 minutes and something. I recall. And then now I get to discuss about the last race. Which, who am I? Probably thank God I decided to change the decisions on that. Because then I gotta remember how long that race is. Just to say, that race alone takes 2 burrs compared to all these races combined. And such. So I'll try to talk as much as I can, and I'm probably gonna will. Yeah, the Ferrari F4 Dirties. Which another thing I love about the Ferrari F4 Dirties, their dashboard also looks better. The Italia's not bad, but it's kind of simpleton. It's really kind of simpleton. It's but yeah, just looking at the dashboard difference. Get 308s. Driving along, having a nice trip. And the Testarossa. This heavy, clunky car. Cause yeah, I gotta say, if you had to choose between the Coutage or the Testarossa, I'd probably choose the Coutage. Because yeah, the Testarossa was supposed to be that supercar answer to the Coutage, but I gotta say it kind of fails considering back then the kind of fastest car you could find was the GMC Cyclone truck. I hope they add that one too, that one's funny. But then they'll have to have GMC underneath their belt, which, up to them. That was probably like the one good vehicle GMC had too, was that. There might have been some good basic trucks here and there. Well, no. So I'm not saying just one, but you know, most though, I heard that was good. And the best part is, that was a light truck. That wasn't even a top-heavy truck at the end of the day. That was actually a good truck. Yeah, that's my biggest problem about trucks, though. Is that it's like most trucks nowadays weigh over a ton when they really shouldn't. It should hit at least at a ton. At least around that perimeter. Oh yeah, the other fun thing I love about the Dino down, the front just lifts up, they're not down way there. And again, this is the Ferrari track, so you know. Maggiore is that track for, or Maggiore is, yeah I said Maggiore. Maggiore is basically that track for Ferrari cars. And it really kind of shows, it's kind of like a speedway of sort. Not bad. With that car around. To victory! It also kind of looks good, probably. But I didn't do a great job, to be honest, with this decal a little bit. It's not so bad. Because I will say, I think if there's one thing I'm not liking is the back, or the engine base decal I did. There's just a big old yellow stripe. I think I need to do more to that. Otherwise, not bad. And thus that wraps that for the Ferrari circuit. Now onto the World Touring Car 800 at the Suzuka circuit, which I am driving the Lexus RCF. If it was the Lexus RCF, if it wasn't a crap stain at the end of the day, because fuck that car. Instead, we're driving the Bugatti VGT, and you're probably wondering why we're driving the Bugatti VGT over that engine swap disaster. Because its tire durability is crap. Absolute crap. As in, oh, 900 horsepower. It's surely not going to rip through those tires, right? It rips through those tires. Even on race hards, it rips through those tires. I was going to do a 750 pp build with the race mediums. It rips through those tires. It was so bad. I'm even currently trying at 700 pp. Like, surely it doesn't burn through the tires of that, right? Nah, it burns through the tires too. God damn. And then I tried the Vulcan too, because the Vulcan was going to be the second answer, I guess, to this. Even that was burning its tires, so it's like, it makes me think I should probably rework on the whole 750 pp direction and base it around this hellhole, because apparently for 6 times tire burn, your tires burn like no freaking tomorrow on this track. Although I'll admit, there's 16 turns, but majority of these turns either jab you or just swing you about. Which overall basically just causes your tires to like burn like no tomorrow. Which definitely did for the RCF. The Vulcan, I'm kind of shocked on that. So, for a 750 pp car, that is not a great 750 pp car. Yes. But as yeah, I just decided to drive the Bugatti VGT as a instead, because yeah, you know, I might as well drive something a lot better, and a lot more fun. This guy, I need it, and also I didn't realize how long this race takes. It takes about 20 minutes. In fact, you're seeing something special here on this replay compared to the others. You're probably noticing, oh hey, there's a timer on the right now, or some timer splits on the right now. Yeah, they don't have that during the initial replay you look at. You only get to see that option if you save the replay. Because yeah, I had to save the replay because how long it took. So I realized, oh yeah, you know what? Screw it, just get the Bugatti VGT at this point. Because yeah, it takes 20 minutes for this crap hole of a race, and it doesn't even pay that well on top of it. So yeah, as a result, it's like whenever I see this race from now on, I just make sure, yeah, you know what, grade 1, I don't care, this race sucks. With a burn passion. You could probably get a whole lot more if you just slap it on custom race. And yeah, I've been checking around, see if like, is it better you do it custom race, or is it better you do it as an event dedication to? I'm just gonna say, a lot of races I tried, they were mostly better. While being the same laps, same fuel, same everything else. Like, you can make a better endurance race. Who knew? Cause yeah, I get it, it's like, at the end of the day, they don't want you to waste that much time out of you just to get a nice money cash reward out of it, but if you really think about it, though, you want enjoyment, and yeah. And then not only that, the two endurances they have for 800, especially that windmill one, that is still probably technically the best payout one, period. That one, and the other one is of course, the 700 PP endurance. Those are the two best payout events I can think of so far. Other ones are any short sprint ones, non-fuel ones. So, for example, because any of these fuel ones are just terrible. Like, there's not a good pay grade to come out of these ones, unless you do custom race or something. And even that, custom race is not a great scale, so it's kind of a low scale. But I'll just say this: if custom race does better, and when I say custom race, I mean you have to do the circuit experience to get the most profit out of it too. By the way, because yeah, you get that 400% increase if you do circuit experience. Which I don't know, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. But once you do, though, you basically get a lot of profits in some way. Or certain tracks and stuff. Because yeah, I will say one track will pay out way more than the other track. And it's a weird case when that happens. Because if I recall, one of them is Deep Forest Raceway doesn't pay out a lot. Compared to, if you compare it to something like Mount Panorama. I'm not sure why. Besides, you know, Mount Panorama being longer, but if you time them to be exact, though, you'll realize Mount Panorama pays out more. It's very weird on that. Yeah, it also rained in this race, which I'm not surprised. It was supposed to have rain in this race too. I will say it starts out light at first, but then gets heavy later on here. Overall, not a problem in mine at all. Yeah, just driving this began to victory at the end of the day. Not much else to really say about this event, so it's a big old D-, I'd say. This is one of the worst events, like I said, they've done, or have since then, because this is how bad it burns your tires at the end of the day. Which the weird part is mostly it's the front tires burn out, which I don't understand there. Weird case there. It's got a terrible W16 motor. I get it, people love that motor. You're only gonna love that motor for speed reasons. You know that, right? Not because of the maneuverability and its endurance factor, because it doesn't have any of that. It's just speed. It's just really just acceleration and speed. Yeah, I think this one, the VGT here, I think has like 600 horsepower, so it's not much. In comparison to its actual motor, where it's, you know, 1,200. Which, good lord, good luck ever going a lap around Nürburgring with that. If it's at the burn of 6. On top of it, but yeah. Yeah, you can just see the time splits. If I so happen to save the replay, which I really don't do that, because I mostly just want to just view the event and then go straight to the replay and then, yeah, you know, just call it a day. It is nice though that if you do so happen to do save the replay, you then get these time splits. Which I will say for like the AI battles, I will, because I will say I'm still doing those. It's just gonna take a while though. The two new PP tryouts, which my most dedication is the tryouts when it comes to making content here. Although they didn't do tryouts this week, which not surprised because of the show. I will say the showcase does take that. Which again, if you haven't seen the showcase, I would recommend you might want to check that out. See all the new stiff and such. But yeah, for this week result, yeah. Yeah, overall I have to give this weekly's a C, because it's one leg race is not interesting, but it's something in case you want to know the colors of your Citroen BX at the end of the day. Then that brownish bronze gray I saw, or called, for example, and then the baby blue with the darker blue for bumper. That was always the weird one to me. But yeah. Yeah, now just drive this along. It's raining. Cause yeah, like I said, this race is supposed to have rain. Problem is, when your tires burn so fast, the rain even gets there. It gets terrible. I think the best part is, I don't even think I switched to the rain tires at all, or had to, because I think it was like an on and off session too. Is the worst part. These guys had to, I didn't at all, because the other special part about the VGT is an all-wheel drive. So yeah, rain's definitely not gonna be a problem for this until like maybe 2/3 of that lower gauge. Yeah, that's what's kind of broken about this paint car in comparison to the other ones. Kind of. I wouldn't say fully. If there's one disadvantage, though, it's probably because it's heavy. But yeah. I'll just watch the rest of this competition at the end of the day, try to think about what else to say. And such, because yeah, the worst part about this event, it's 20 minutes. It's one of the worst freaking races, I would say, period. Something that only pays out, I think it was like 300 grand. Nah, I take that back, it's like 250. That includes the clean bonus, by the way. Regularly, it's $168,000 for 20 minutes. Oof, I gotta say. I just sad to like watch the GTR Nismo pit and stuff. Might as well, because I think they're all going in. Guys, it's raining too hard. We need to go in now. It's not raining that hard. Fuel, so yeah, probably doesn't need a whole lot of fuel. Got 2 birds on that one. Yeah, now it's got M tires, but it really did not need that, because I will say the Ram was just about to go. That's the bad part, when you have to deal with the rain weather and you have to realize, oh hey, is it gonna go at some point, or is it just gonna keep on making the track super wet? Yeah, eventually it just does, because as you see there in the wet gauge, it's already going back to a bar. And when that happens, prepare to see your end tires burned to life, because yeah, if there's one thing they changed throughout the updates, they made sure that these end tires burn for a freaking living, which yeah, tried the end tires on the RCF, goodbye tires in 1 lap. Because yeah, just to say, I did reach to a point on that, it still didn't work out so well. Because yeah, I just can't believe even on the race hard tires it burns like no tomorrow. I even tried to change the camber to like 0 camber on the front, so that way it doesn't burn at all, but it still burns. Heck, it still burns even on the 700 pp setting, because yeah, I tried like a full course to the deep forest I do with this 6 laps on deep forest raceplay, just with the 6x6 fuel in tires. The tires burn out way quicker. But yeah, that's even on full lean too. That's just how bad. That's just how bad the W16 motor is. I'm not surprised though. It's a big, heavy, clunky motor. And the only reason why it's technically good is because technically the Bugatti's body and other stuff are way better than the motor could ever be. That's why the Tourbillon is probably going to be the better replacement on that part. Which I hope so, because I hope that turns out a lot better, but you know. Can't say much, but yeah, if I had to rank the Bugatti, Veyron, and the Chiron, I would definitely rank them down low on my terms of supercar list, because simply of that reason, it's just a fast, phenomenal machine. That's it. It doesn't really provide other special utilities and stuff, and it doesn't make you feel like you're driving a GT3, but something of a speed beam at the end of the day, a drag race, or basically a super drag race car. That's what it feels like. It feels like you're driving that instead of driving, you know, a phenomenal aerodynamic machine that can dance around turns like no tomorrow. I'd rather see that than that. And the best part is, I love speed, and I'm saying that. That's why I still kind of prefer the McLaren F1 at the end of the day, because that car not only was fast, it danced around turns, and it also was built in mind for, which does kind of suck, because this feels like this kind of sports used to come back with the GT1 cars. I gotta say, I feel like that needs to come back, but you know, like make a GT2 series and have them face around basically $1 million cars. Because $1 million cars shouldn't be that hard of a problem nowadays with, you know, inflation money just skyrocketing more, and you know, that's the thing goes. I'll take that back. Instead of $1 million, probably like $750. Considering the Ford GTD, I believe, is a $500,000 car, or 100,000. I can't remember. It's something like that. And that's a GT3 performance kind of car. Out from the gate. Although there's one thing that kind of sucks about the GTD, I kind of wish they made it as an MR, but then again, it is based around the grade 3 race car, so at the end of it is what it is. Well, I say grade 3 just jacked. I'm back, because I think it's supposed to have 800 horsepower. But it does not have the MR trim, so it might suffer the same case as the C7 GR1's case. It was barely no traction in the front. Or, I wouldn't say front, it's like more like it just wasn't a very focused car at the end of it. That was a problem about the C7 GR1, and that's why the C8 came to existence. Which, yeah, with that new ZR1, that made headlines. That basically destroyed the whole term of supercar in terms of profits and stuff. Which I am just happy. I am just happy that happened, because yeah, there needed to be a. But here's the bad part. I consider the Corvette a supercar since the C5 existed. It's weird how people think like that, where it wasn't a supercar. It was always a supercar. There, people. It was a budget supercar. There was a difference. A fair price supercar, mind you, and even still fair to this day, considering it going for $200,000 just for the new C8 ZR1. Although markups to $300,000, but still, though, that is fucking not bad as, you know, other cars these days. And also, you know, you're getting privileges and other stuff, support from the company. This is actually where the case Chevy's doing phenomenal. I would think, but you know. Then again, as thing goes. And then also on top of, I'm talking about the ZR1. I already talked about the ZR1X, the new ZR1 with the electric motor based off the Corvette E-Ray. In other words, the Corvette or Chevy Zora, a lot of people nickname it as. Because I will say that was a nickname, that wasn't an official name. It would be kind of sick to call it a Zora edition, but yeah. At the end of the day, yeah, there's some cool things going on about and stuff. It's like, holy crap, an actual supercar that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. Well, a house, it costs a house, but you know. Or it costs for a good house. Oh yeah, here comes that glitch, by the way, because I probably noticed the lighting just changed. Because here's the other biggest problem about this event, why is it terrible? The lighting is bugged for freaking Suzuka Circuit. Because for some reason, nice and cloudy here for a good minute. Till we, I'd say, give around this turn here, where it might change. Here's because I'm thinking there's a cloud either covering the sun or not. It doesn't really look like it though. Looks nice hunky-dory daily right now. And then the sun hits. I hope that's not a glitch, that's all I can say. It just really looks like a glitch though. It's like, oh, it hasn't been sunny at all. I wonder if it still is. Oh, it is. It's just been covered by the clouds, I guess. But yeah, here comes the final lap, basically. Thank the Lord, because yeah, I was not happy with this track whatsoever at the end of the day. Freaking tire killer. Yeah, because I gotta say, Suzuka Circuit is also definitely not one of my favorites here for the game left. It's something. It's just not, you know, my cup of tea. But this is Japan's biggest famous track, though, I gotta say. So more power to people who do like this. I do consider this more of a bike track, though, than a car track. I think that's where it's at. Because the more I look at this, the more it looks more like a sideline of bikes, with the way how they turn in and stuff for this. So I will say a bike track does feel more different than a circuit track of car a little bit. Not a whole lot. And this is one of those cases where it kind of looks like it. Onto the victory lane. As I basically passed the whole gang in one lap, almost, except the Viper. The Viper's the only one that got saved. You were lucky. Bam, as I passed the Nismo GTR, bam, and everyone else has to finish there. I think. I don't see him moving quicker. Yep, that basically wraps that for the Bugatti VGT. Okay, here's the rewards. I was gonna say they're also garbage. Started with, oh boy, you want the F430 Scuderia, right? Nah, you're getting 10 grand. Alright, now for the next reward, which you don't want a crap reward, right? You surely don't want a crap reward that you already got, right? Right? Yeah, that basically wraps that, people, as I get the rest of these cash rewards and stuff. So I'll see you guys all next time. You guys take care and stuff. If there's anything else bonus I have to say is, well, I guess this for saying, because just to say, I also hard checked to see how well it does in 700 pp. Look at them tires just burn away. That poor right tire. Oh my god, it just burned away. And yeah, I even made a Bakri decal just for this. And I wasn't going to, but you know, for this sake, screw it. Let's see you guys all next time. You guys take care and ciao, as always.